So, I mean, she went from soccer to basketball to even wanting to be a rapper, all in the age of by 10, 11 years old.
Yeah, by 12, I was writing raps, like full-blown writing raps. When I would walk to the bus station, my oldest brother put me on to Public Enemy and NWA. Basically, he heard me listening to a group. I don't want to diss them, but he was not fond of. So he was like, nah, we're not going to do that. And he put me onto this rap music, and I just fell in love with it right away. I don't know. I was always like a little bit of rebellious and had this kind of let's push the envelope vibe in me. And so I think the music translated that with those feelings inside. And I'm one of those guys that when I discover something, I want to do it 100%. And so I think my first rap name was like Kid Casper and something. I always played the white angle.
Yeah.
and then I was like, okay, I got to make beats. And so I started leaving school, ditching school, and taking the train by myself down in the inner city of Philadelphia. And I discovered like these music equipment record stores, and I would get in these freestyle battles, and I would get beat up, and then I'd keep coming back, and the kids were like, yo, he's serious about this. I'm the only white kid in there and stuff. And that's really started my journey young. So yeah.
That was resilience there. So where did that path end up taking you? I mean, so I think it's fair to say, even though I've only known you a couple of weeks, I know that you didn't end up pursuing soccer to the fullest extremes. Right. You didn't pursue, becoming the next Jordan. So kind of tell us, just give us kind of where this all started to go. I mean, you got obviously extreme resilience and you ended up panning this out, but kind of walk us through the next motions that happened.
So yeah, I fell in love with music. It was something that my older brothers couldn't do better than me. And it was something that when I did it and I put the headphones on, and still to this day, the inner chatter and the outer world seemed to stop and to freeze. And all the focus went like a tunnel vision. And I didn't know it at a time. I didn't have words to articulate that, but I knew that there was peace and there was time seemed to freeze when I was doing it. So what happened was, once again, there was this, naivety of youth. I literally opened up Yellow Pages and I found a recording studio near me, and I booked the studio. And to make a long story short, it happened to be affiliated with a very famous record company, Rough House Records, that had like Lauryn Hill and the Fugees and Cypress Hill and all this stuff. And in comes this white kid with his little keyboards, and he's rapping about weed and girls at 14. And they were like, who is this kid? You know what I mean? So I was like, they took me under their wing young. And I think at that point, my parents were like, there's something here maybe. And so fast forward, I went to high school with Kobe Bryant, rest in paradise. And we had a mutual respect for each other because I really didn't ever bring up or care about his basketball. We just would talk about music and stuff. And so he was like, and so we started doing these little mixtapes actually through Matt. Matt was the one that was like, Matt and Kobe were very, very close. And so what happened was when Kobe went to the Lakers, every record company was like, yo, we'll give you a record deal. We're going to make you into Will Smith, whatever. And Kobe was like, I got a little bit of a different idea. And so myself and another guy from Philly, Anthony Bannister, who was friends with Kobe, we were assigned by Kobe to go around Philly and to find the best rappers in the city and to try to put together this conglomerate, like a Wu-Tang clan, to surround Kobe to give him some like street credibility.
No.
Long story short, yes. And so then at 19, 18, I was signed. We were all signed as a group to track to Columbia Records. And that's what brought me out to California. And I was thrown into the record business. And so, and then from there, it was, I got to work with a lot of artists because every artist wanted to come in and see this new prodigy. So like everyone you could think of would walk in the studio. I had a very aggressive, proactive manager who would put me on the spot. I would play beats for them. And then, I ended up working with large artists, et cetera, et cetera. And
what was the name of the group, just out of curiosity?
It was called Cheesaw. It was an acronym. I don't even remember what the damn acronym means, but it was CHEIZAW. And it was Kobe and like 6 other rappers. And I was just the kid making beats. And I lived, I like basically lived in a closet, literally. It was like 5 of us at the Oakwood Apartments in Marina Del Rey. And
no way.
Yeah, man. Yeah.